Hi everyone, myself Suji Nair. I stay in Trivandrum at this moment, but I've lived all my life all over India. And my journey into meditation was a beautiful experience because it brought a lot of brighter version of me in front of me. Because before meditation, I was a person who was very shy, very nervous. I didn't know how to interact. I didn't know how to face people. Forget about camera. I used to be always scared of cameras. And today, if I'm standing here, it is completely the transformational journey which I have gone through in meditation, and especially Anapana Sati meditation. The reason why I'm emphasizing is I'm born in a family which is very religious, very much believing in idol worships, believing in following rituals, and there's nothing wrong in it, but then you don't get to realize what is your true potential. Where is the divine in you? So for me, religion, worshipping gods was never my cup of tea. Like I always used to question my parents that why do we even worship? Why do we do puja? What is it all about? And they're like, just do it. That is how it is meant to be, because that is how it was taught to them, generations from generation to generation. So we keep doing the same, right? But ideally, it is not their fault also, because whatever limited knowledge was shared to them is what they are sharing to us. So I always try to contemplate, try to check, and I started reading books. When I started reading books, I started realizing that there is something more than just worshipping. Because let it be Lord Krishna or Lord Shiva or Jesus or Allah, everybody was formed from a human life to a spiritual being. They have shown their divine, they've shown their divinity in the works what they have done, in the intentions that they created, in the way they transformed humanity. So there's a lot of learning what we can take from them. And that is when I truly started admiring these masters, because you get to learn a lot of things from them. Just by worshipping, I never felt anything coming to me, but then it was all about putting all my burdens, all my wishes, all my dreams to them and washing off my hands and saying, hey, you take care of it, you do it for me. But that is not what you're here for. If you have taken birth on this planet Earth, then there is a purpose to your life. There's a purpose to your soul. There's something more than this body and mind to you. And that is what I started realizing, especially the book which I would want to say is about You Forever by Lobsang Rampa. It's a beautiful journey if you can read through it. Each page, each paragraph has a volume to say. You cannot finish. Like if you're just sitting to finish a book, it is not the book which needs to be finished. It needs to be digested. It needs to absorb into your DNA, because it teaches you a lot more than your physical body, from your mental body to getting deeper into your spiritual self. And today, I feel so proud to say that I'm working in a corporate, and I've been working for the last 15 years. But spirituality was not something which is spoken in a corporate world. But today, people speak about spirituality. Why? Because spirituality connects you to creativity, connects you to innovation, connects you to bring profit, bring connection, collaborative leadership. Leadership quality comes when you believe in yourself. When you start believing in people around you, you start trusting that they also can be a leader. And that comes only when you believe in yourself. So I've started teaching meditation in the corporate world. It's made me so much more mindful that it's not just about my success, it's not just about my growth, it is not just about I and the me, it is about we. How can we transform the world? And that is what I see in every people around me. I get to learn from them, they get to learn from me, we learn from each other, we are co-creators. There's no one creator, we are all co-creators, and we can create a beautiful world on this Mother Earth, where the Mother Earth can also feel blissful. There is no violence, there's no killing, there's no hurting each other, there is no competition. It is all about collaboratively working together. And that is what I like about meditation, because there is no restrictions, there is no frame, there is no boundaries. You just be yourself, right? Always, all my life, I have felt that People judge, people criticize, they look down. We always see from a scarcity point of view, right? But then when we start practicing meditation, we bring a lot more of collaboration. We move from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. So there is never lack for anyone. There's always abundance for everyone. And when we start thinking from abundance point of view, when we grow in our career, we don't just grow for ourselves, we don't just grow for our family, but we grow for the entire humankind. We grow for the entire creation, entire creatures on this planet Earth. We don't just think that I need to feed my family, we also think I need to feed those who can never give back to me. So life is about doing service, doing kindness, connecting to people. And that is what brings the true essence of a human life. Because we are all divine creations who have come to this planet Earth to enjoy this humanly life. And we need this body to enjoy the humanly life. But not just for ourselves. We need to ensure that whatever we do, whatever we practice, it is for the goodness of everyone. And we get that freedom to choose our life. We get the freedom to choose things in our life. What do we want to do? Because we understand that we have the free will. And at the same time, I had gone through a lot of illnesses like hypothyroidism, low BP, stress, depression, anxiety, to an extent where I wanted to end my life. But when I started practicing meditation and listening to great masters like our grandmaster, Master Patri, I could really connect that you are here not to destroy your life, you're here to create your life. You're here to create your life, to connect with many more people and give that learning, give that sharing, give that experience. Because when your life transforms, you would really want to selflessly transform other people's life. You want to show them the path because they need to walk the path. So you can show them the path, and life brings so much more beauty. Because when Patriji says that it's all in you, your doctor is inside you, you can heal yourself. And even Dr. Joe Dispenza says the same. If you happen to read his book, You Are the Placebo, which says very clearly that if you set your intentions right, and if you get your brainwaves working the way it needs to be, everything works on the inside. All you need is you need to train your mind and your body to align to your soul. And once you're aligned to your soul, you are totally undefeatable. You can conquer everything that you need. You can live up your dream. You can bring your dreams to reality. You can do any kind of manifestations. It could be physical manifestations like dreaming for a car, dreaming for a home, having a lovely partner, dreaming a good job, earning that kind of money, everything. But at the end of the day, all that matters is whatever you get, you give back to the world. And that is what your life is all about. We need to share what we receive, and only then we become abundant, right? So spirituality is the core essence. It could be of a family life, it could be of a friendship, it could be with nature, it could be with colleagues, it could be with animals. Spirituality teaches us that it is all about oneness, no judgment, no discrimination, no killing. And that is what we need to practice. In this course of my learning, I'm sharing my learning with everyone. And the one person whom I'm teaching it so religiously now is my son, because at this young age, if children can learn what is spirituality, they get the concept right in place. They understand that they need to obey their elders, but they don't need to follow everything what they say, but they need to go with their instincts. Because children, they're so pure, they're so divine, they know everything what they need to do. And we just need to give them the right direction. And spirituality brings the right direction with the appropriate scientific evidences, with the scientific knowledge. We can relate spirituality. And people tend to understand that much better. My son today, even though he's going through a chronic illness, which the medical science has brought it so horrifyingly in front of him that he was scared once upon a time. But today, that illness has become his friend. And he is so much transforming his life only through meditation and no medication. So you can do a lot of things when you believe in yourself, and that belief comes only when you sit with your breath. because your breath is your master. You are your master. You are your guru. If you can follow your breath, you get connected to the deepest and the highest consciousness, to the highest awareness. And that is where you start receiving your wisdom. That is where you start receiving your instincts. So meditation is a must. No matter what age you are, anyone above the age of 6 can meditate. And it can transform anybody's life, because meditation is not about chanting mantras or worshipping any idols. It is just about sitting in silence, just observing your breath. You become so much more mindful, because before meditation, my life was all about running and chasing about every materialistic pleasures in life. But today, even just sitting in silence in the midst of the greens, you can hear those birds chirping. You can hear the wind. You can feel the sound of the dry leaves. Everything is a bliss. When it's not just about yourself, everything is a bliss around. You see beauty in every smallest thing, and you start appreciating what you have, what you might not have appreciated until now in your life. So what I say is, meditation is a beautiful medication. It's much more than a medication. It's much more than a blessing. You only need to be with your breath, and you have it all with you. So just go with your breath. Read a lot of good books, good spiritual books written by great masters like Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, and about Yogananda Paramahamsa. Every master has great wisdom to share. Swami Rama, by the book which he's written is the Himalayan Masters. Great wisdom you get to hear. And today in this world, we need to live our family life, we need to live our corporate life, we need to live our personal life. All this with a pinch of spirituality, life becomes much more beautiful. So that is what I would like to share, that meditation is the core ingredient of your life. Maybe when you wake up, just sit for a half an hour meditation, whatever is your age, those many minutes, if you can meditate, nothing like it. It will take care of the rest of the day until you go to bed. You can do meditation before sleep, you can do after waking up, whichever is comfortable for you. Just do it, and do it consistently, because nothing can be done just in a week's time or 2 days' time. You need to follow it consistently to see the change in you. And once you do it, it becomes a routine, it becomes a practice, like how you brush your teeth, go for your shower, it becomes a practice. And that makes you more mindful. Mindfulness comes from meditation, and that transforms life. So that is all that I want to share, my friends. Do meditate, do read books, do connect with people, listen to masters, absorb what connects to you, leave the rest to the universe. It will all be taken care. Thank you so much.